Good morning, everybody.
From Nikko.
We finally made it here. It's quite a journey, but we're finally here, and today we're just going to explore as much as we can. We got these bus passes,
Which are unlimited bus rides for 48 hours. We're just going to use them today.
Yeah, I think they're $18 a person, so they're a little bit on the pricey side. And this place is busy. We're here like the second bus of the day, and there's already a ton of people here waiting. Wow, it's really bright
so
sun.
bright.
Put it back here. All right, let's go. This road is so twisty.
I think there's 48 hairpin turns all the way to the top of the mountain. Our first stop today is
We're going to a waterfall.
Kebun Falls.
It's like probably the busiest attraction in Nikko, so we're trying to get there early. Look at that.
Look at that. Kebun Falls.
100 meters tall, so 300 feet. It's the biggest waterfall I've ever seen.
Yeah.
We've seen a fair amount of waterfalls in the last year and a half.
This is pretty grand.
This is
Definitely
massive. That water must be so cold. Sorry, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. You can take an elevator to the bottom, but
It's like $3 per person each way. Just seems a lot for an elevator ride right now.
and you get free view right here.
Yeah, there's no hiking trails to the bottom. It's so cool though. If you look really closely, there's the big waterfall, but then all along that cliff, there's water just seeping out of the cliff, just all over the place. It's so cool. There's moss down there. That is so cool. I wish we could do Tia from scale.
I don't.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
This bus basically just took us to the top of a mountain. There's one up there, but we're pretty much at the top of this mountain range. And there's supposed to be a lake and a little town over here.
And it's breakfast time.
This is the most interesting looking gingerbread man I've ever seen.
Coagulated tofu skin. That's what I got. Alright, I didn't know that's what it was when I ordered it, but
Is it a curry?
it's a curry with the skimmings of tofu skins. I feel like there's a better way to say that. Interesting, I've never seen this before. Apparently it's like a local treat or delicacy. I will say visually, not the most appetizing looking thing, but I'm sure it tastes really good. It doesn't really have like a different taste or anything, but it has a texture of like the outside of a mozzarella ball. Yeah, so it's like a little bit chewy, and that's about it. There's not really like a strong flavor or anything.
Would you say it's good overall? Like, how's the curry part?
The curry is so good. Japanese curry is one of my favorite curries. It's like a little bit spicy, a little bit sweet because they usually put apples in it. And the texture is really thick and warm. So when we're walking out and it's cold, this is like what I crave.
I got something don. I think this is pork over rice, and it looks so tender. It looks like it must have been roasting and marinating for a really, really long time. And there's sliced onions, look like maybe chives in here. There's a little bit of ginger on the top. It smells amazing. The steam is just coming off. I mean, this is like the perfect food when it's as cold as it is outside. Also, just gonna say on top of this mountain, it's way colder than it is down in the city of Nikko. Okay. Oh yeah. It's kind of like really thick cut bacon almost. the onion taste is really strong in a good way, and it just falls apart in your mouth, and it's very, very fatty.
Oh my god, I can see like the vein of fat running through it.
It's so good, it's so good. But it also has just the right amount of meat, like it's not just fat. I think this is the tofu skin that's in yours too, but it's like even thinner. It's very, very mild. Tia just sneezed out a bunch of the curry she was eating.
It went down my sleeve. Oh my god. Ooh.
Anyways, we hated the food. This town is very beautiful, I think, in the spring. It's beautiful right now, but it's just really cold and nothing's really open. There's a lot of people just driving through it. So we're gonna go back down to the main town of Nikko. There's supposed to be some extremely famous shrines down there.
Yeah.
Oh, not gonna lie, that bus made me feel a little bit car sick, and I never feel car sick.
Definitely the tofu skins were making their way back up.
Okay, sorry you guys. So this is the main like Nikko town, right? Yeah. It seems like a pretty small town.
Everything's mostly on this one street, all the shops, all the restaurants.
There's a lot of really old shrines in this town, so these are kind of like our last couple stops today. Check this out.
Boom.
What's this temple called?
It's called Ninoji Temple. It's 1,200 years old. It was founded by the monk who brought Buddhism here to Nikko 1,200 years ago.
I think it's the biggest one we've seen.
That's just amazing.
So you gotta do Tia for scale, right?
From a temple? What?
There she is. There's Tia. That's a big temple. It reminds me of one of those, like it looks almost more castle-like than temple-like. It's so big, it looks like a fortress.
And
Oh, yes.
I think this is almost just as impressive. Is this cherry tree is 600 years old.
They said it was actually moved here originally, and everyone was like, oh, the tree's gonna die, and then the monk was so dedicated to it, he'd chant in front of it every day and stuff, and here it is, it's still alive. And it's got a lot of help with all these things. It's not as big as I'd expect a 600-year-old tree to be, but if you really look at it, like the bark is all gnarled and stuff. I love this whole area. There's like this sense of ancientness. It's all covered in moss, and it's quiet, and I don't know, it just feels ancient. It's so cool.
I really like down there at the right at the beginning of the gate is the big black pot where you people put incense in and put smoke over themselves to purify themselves before coming up here.
That's one thing I've really noticed about Japan is it doesn't seem like Japanese people are necessarily really religious, but there's like a lot of ceremony and ritual to everything that almost feels religious, but it's also not at the same time. I don't know, it's kind of tough to describe. Probably sounds stupid right now, but I don't know, I think it's really cool. This is a popular temple. This place was kind of expensive, $10 per person. And it's crazy busy. Like, this is the place to go.
The first thing you see when you walk in is this panel there. It's called The Imaginary Elephants, and it was done by an artist who had never seen an elephant before. So everything there is what he thought they would look like. I think it's pretty great.
I'm not gonna say I could do a better job drawing an elephant, but you can tell he'd never seen one before.
Behind me is one of the most important wood panels, and I've been so excited to see. I saw it when I was a kid, but I've been really, really excited to see it again. It's a carving of the three wise monkeys, and it's a depiction of the mantra, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. That was the carving that popularized that saying. That's just like, there's just so much history like right there. I love that.
I don't really have any clever history facts like Tia, but I do just want to say, look at the size of this tree. These trees are huge.
That's what you're pointing at?
Look how big it is. Everyone's waiting in line to see a sleeping cat.
It's the carving of the cat that protects the entrance to the Lord Tokugawa's shrine or grave.
So we made it past the cat. He's the guardian, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. This is such an elaborate temple complex. It's honestly just like
There's
so cool.
So many buildings here. When I was a kid, I remember it being like 2 buildings. But this is so intricate.
Yeah, it's just incredible. So now there's this path that like goes around. We're going up these stairs.
207 stairs.
Wait, say that again.
These trees are so tall.
I told you. Right here is the final resting place of Ieyasu Tokugawa.
The founder of the last samurai shogunate of Japan, and the strongest.
Yeah, before it changed to a different system of government.
Mm-hmm.
So that shogunate ruled from the early 1600s to the 1860s, which is just pretty incredible. This whole shrine has like such a quiet, like sacred feel to it,
mm-hmm.
and it was completely closed off to the public till the 1960s. You like couldn't come here. I don't know. That's something. There's a lot of weight to that. That was an awesome day. We're headed back to Tokyo now. We need to hurry up and catch this train. We'll explain tomorrow why we're going back to Tokyo. See you guys in the next one.
Subscribe! You ready?
That's the curry part.
The curry. I just spit a little bit. The curry is so...
It looks...